a famous star from the past in a photo that shocks everyone and spreads fast, making people argue nonstop. This story is about Greta Garbo, a movie legend known for mystery and silence. When photos claimed to show her in a bikini began to appear, reactions were loud and fierce. Some felt excited, others felt angry, and many felt confused, asking why simple swim photos could cause such strong feelings. To understand this, it helps to know who Greta Garbo was to the public. She was not like other stars who shared every part of their lives. She avoided interviews, skipped parties, and kept her private world locked away. Fans built an image of her as serious, distant, and untouchable, and this image grew stronger as time passed. Back when movies were young, stars were treated like perfect figures, with studios controlling photos, stories, and behavior, forcing actors to fit the roles people expected. Greta Garbo became a symbol of control and mystery, so when images surfaced that showed her relaxed at the beach, it felt wrong to some people. They said it broke the image they loved and felt the photos were too bold and should not be shared, while others said she was an adult and had the right to wear what she wanted. This clash of views turned into outrage, with newspapers using strong words to pull attention and headlines making the story sound bigger than it was, causing people who never met Garbo to argue as if they knew her. One big reason for the anger was timing, as the world was changing but many minds were stuck in the past, and seeing a famous woman act normal felt scary to some who feared old rules were fading. Another reason was how photos spread, because once printed they could not be taken back, and people shared opinions fast without thought, letting rumors grow larger than facts. It is also important to ask if the photos were meant for the public, since some reports said they were private moments caught without permission, which changes the meaning of the outrage. Instead of blaming Garbo, the blame may belong elsewhere, turning the story from clothing into respect, because fame does not erase the right to privacy. Over time, the noise faded, new stars appeared, and new stories took over, but this moment still tells us something important. It shows how easily people place limits on others and how anger follows when those limits are broken, making the photos a mirror for society that reflected fear, control, and change. For young viewers, this story carries a lesson to think before judging, remembering that famous people are still human who laugh, rest, and live like anyone else. The outrage also warns against believing every headline, since strong words are often used to sell stories while truth stays quiet and simple. As this story comes to an end, remember this moment from film history where a photo changed how people felt but should not have taken away kindness. Greta Garbo chose to live her life on her own terms, and while that upset many, it also showed courage, because even without speaking loudly her actions spoke clearly. In the end, the real question is not about a bikini but about how people treat those who step outside shared ideas. Stories like this matter because they help people grow and choose respect over shock. If anything is learned here, it should be to give others space to be themselves, because fame should not become a cage. Many forget how media power works, where a single picture can be cropped, labeled, and pushed to fit a story, losing context and shifting meaning, something that happened often in early film years. Another point is age. Since Garbo was an adult when the images appeared, yet many treated her like a character rather than a person, showing how the line between role and real life can blur. When fans feel ownership, they expect control and forget that actors are not owned by crowds, a mindset that can harm freedom and mental health. It is easy to judge from far away and harder to show care, and the outrage revealed more about viewers than about Garbo. History shows many similar cases where women are judged faster and harsher, with simple choices framed as trouble, repeating the same pattern. By looking back, these patterns become clear, allowing better choices in the future. Stories from the past are more than gossip because they are lessons waiting to be learned, reminding viewers to pause when seeing shocking claims and ask who benefits and what is missing. Critical thinking helps separate fact from noise and builds fairness. This story lasts because it touches ideas like privacy, respect, and choice, which still matter, reminding everyone that behind every image is a human story that deserves care. That is why this moment remains worth discussing, as it helps shape kind of views. And for those who stayed until the end, the hope is that curiosity, kindness, and thoughtful questions continue, because the past still speaks when people choose to listen.